The other scoop that Ian Rappaport has that I still can't wrap my head around, even though I did say what I have heard last week, that I think it's Trey Lance who's third overall for the 49ers, not Mac Jones, not Justin Fields. Could be wrong. I have the magic 8 ball right here to prove it. It's really just up in the air. Unless it isn't. I can't believe a team that traded all that they traded to go from 12 to 3 is still grinding tape, not knowing who it is.
Seems unlikely.
I still can't believe it. But Ian Rappaport says the two quarterbacks from which the Niners are still grinding tape, that circle of two quarterbacks does not include Justin Fields. It's Mac Jones and Trey Lance. The first blush, definitely the guy in Mac Jones, once that trade was consummated on the draft, the pro day of Zach Wilson's. Seems like many moons ago now. And Trey Lance, the kid from NDSU, the Bison, who has got all sorts of upside and crazy athletic talent and an insatiable desire to get better from what I'm hearing. There's not a single human who's involved in the talent evaluation or any sort of coach that's gotten to cross paths with Trey Lance whose brain apparently this kid has not attempted to pick. This is what I'm hearing. And I just, again, can't believe they made this trade thinking that we're just going to spend the next few weeks grinding tape and we're fine with anybody else. I don't know. Is it possible that Mac Jones was the guy they traded up to go get? And then Trey Lance has got them to go, hold on a second here. That's entirely possible. Is it possible that it's Justin Fields? Of course. But I can't wait to ask Ian Rappaport all about all that. And then I imagine the sound you hear is Kirk Herbstreit pounding the table for Justin Fields in hour number 3 when he joins us. And maybe, just maybe, the fact that we're believing it's going to be 1, 2, and then 3 quarterbacks, and that means that Justin Fields would still be available for Atlanta at 4. And if Atlanta goes Kyle Pitts, or if Atlanta trades out so somebody can come up and get Kyle Pitts, and Lance begins to drop, maybe that's why you're hearing that the Patriots, my colleague from the NFL media group, Tom Pelissero, is saying the Patriots are calling people up to see how he can get in the top 10 for a quarterback, for whichever one that does drop and begins to slide. Maybe that's why you're also hearing Carolina saying, hey, we're not picking up Sam Darnold's 5th-year option just yet. We're sitting here at 8. I know Denver's sitting there at 9. You want somebody like Trey Lance or Justin Fields or even Mac Jones, you got to come up to 8. Or, from, again, what I'm hearing, other people are hearing, and I think Ian Rappaport's going to give voice to it later on, Carolina is telling any sentient, breathing, practicing photosynthesis human being on the planet, they are really thinking hard about taking a quarterback. 8th overall. Sam's only under contract for 1 more year. Sure, we might pick up a 2nd year. But look, we gave up a 2, 4, and a 6 over the next 3 years for him. That's it. That's all we did. We could take that shot standing if we think there's a kid that we can draft 8th overall right now. We can absorb that hit. It's not like we gave up multiple firsts like, say, San Francisco did. Oh, the intrigue, man.
Oh, it's great.
Oh, the intrigue. You got Miami sitting there at 6. Why is Miami thinking of trading out? Well, what if Chase and Pitts are off the board? And they got a choice between the 2 Alabama wide receivers and Penei Sewell. And that doesn't really intrigue him. But somebody else is really desperate for that playmaker. Certainly since you know the Giants are going to take 1 at 11 or think that they will. Maybe they want to come up, somebody wants to come up and get 6. Or they sit there and they have a choice between Pitts and Chase, which is entirely possible too. If 4 quarterbacks go in a row for the first time and then Penei Sewell goes to the Bengals. Maybe that happens. So the Dolphins are just going to sit there and wait for the draft to fall to them or trade the hell out. Then you got the Lions sitting there at 7. What are they going to do? By the way, there's still some terrific defensive players that could be chosen. And that's why TJ's sitting over there hoping that's what the Dallas Cowboys do, but you never know. This is draft week, and there's so much going on, and quarterbacks are atop the draft. And there are teams thinking of trading into the first round to take one. One's already done it. And they made the Super Bowl 2 years ago, for crying out loud, in San Francisco. So excited, I can't tell you. I'm jumping out of my skin. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.